Navigating the Heart. Who is Dragging You? By Ock Soo Park. The world of the heart changes as it goes through 6 levels. Literati of the world say that there is no other story like this. According to them, there is no story so short with such deep meanings of life placed within it. This is due to the fact that the structure of the story and the contrasting colours are set very well. Even if a flower is pretty, if you draw it all in the colour red, it is not interesting. In order to express the bright red beauty of a flower well, the flower must stand in contrast to the green leaves and stem. Likewise, there are contrasting colours within the story of the prodigal son, and they are also expressed very well. The prodigal son in the pig pen, rolling around, exhausted and hungry, trying to eat the husks that the swine fed on, is the infinitely dark image. Then there is the image of the son returning to his father's house and putting on the best robes, the ring on his finger, new shoes on his feet, and eating the cooked fatted calf. This is an infinitely bright image. The story of the prodigal son was not a story of events that actually happened. It was a story that was created. Nevertheless, it has sketched out precisely how the heart of man flows from the beginning to the end. People like the younger son begin by first exalting themselves. Most people do better than others once or twice. They do not remember the wrong they have done very well, but they remember for a very long time the good that they have done. When they make some money or do something that others are unable to do, they feel proud of themselves in their hearts. When they think about those things, they become joyful and proud. As one, then 2 layers of this kind of heart pile up, one on top of another, they harden, leading to the thought, I'm doing well. I too have memories of that. When I attended school, I did not have good grades. But when I was in the 3rd grade, there were 70 students in my class. Once I finished in 3rd place. It was the first time I had ever done that well. When I showed my report card to my father, he was so happy that he took me to my grandfather. Father, Ock Soo got 3rd place. My grandpa was very proud of that, and he said, Wow, that boy. This was in the 3rd grade. I was 10 years old then, so it had been almost 60 years ago, and yet that scene is still vivid in my mind. From then on, I had the heart that I was good at studying. Also, during a sports meet, there were 8 people who ran a race, and I finished first one time. Through that incident, I had the heart, I can run well. This idea took root in my heart. When you have the heart that you are doing well, you become high-hearted. The younger son also had the heart that he was doing well, and with that heart he became high-hearted. When you become high-hearted, you begin to become negligent and self-indulgent. The younger son took the great wealth received from his father, went to a faraway country, and wasted it all. If your heart is humble, then the prostitute cannot take you, but because the younger son believed in himself, he ended up becoming negligent and self-indulgent. Whoever you are, when you become arrogant, you become riotous. If you live that way, you will surely fail. Even though you do well in business and you make lots of money, if you have the thought, I'm good at business, and have the heart to believe in yourself, then you cannot listen to others. Ultimately, you will be destroyed. Why do people hate being a failure? It's because the heart falls into pain through that. After having lost everything, the younger son couldn't eat or sleep properly, and he was unable to wear good clothing. The next level is when regret begins. People's hearts flow in this manner. Hearts flow in the same way that raindrops fall onto the mountaintops and then flow to the places that are lower, forming ponds and lakes, and ultimately flow downward to become ocean water. They are also the way that people's hearts flow as well. People don't become destroyed for no reason. If you think that you are doing well, you become high-hearted. And when you become high-hearted, you cannot listen to what others are saying. You live riotously, following your own thoughts, and then you become ruined. After you are ruined, pain comes to you. Have you ever seen a person who is in pain because he has failed? Have you ever seen a person who is in pain because he has lost his house and lost his car? Before, this person used to spend money frivolously. Now he has no food to eat, so he goes to the vegetable market to eat the leftover vegetables that have been thrown away. He cannot buy his children any school supplies. Once you are ruined, these are the kinds of difficulties that you go through. Once you go through the difficulty, you regret, and then you turn around. The younger son was so hungry after having lost everything. He became regretful and turned around. If I keep this up, I'm going to starve to death. In my father's house, even the hired servants have bread enough to spare, and yet I perish with hunger. I should go to my father's house. First of all, if a person returns to his father's house, his life changes and he becomes happier. This is how all life goes, and that is why success is important, but it is also important to go through failure. You have to also realize you are wrong, and sometimes you have to even turn around. There are times when you need to learn from it and turn around. People who have a strong heart to believe in themselves will only surely fail. No matter who you are, you have to know that you can be wrong. You have to be able to see your own blemishes, and you have to be able to feel your wrongfulness. The story of the prodigal son has precisely sketched out the world of the heart through 6 levels. The first level is the level of believing in yourself. The second level is the level of negligence and self-indulgence. If a person believes in himself, he becomes negligent. To be completely ruined is the third level. And having lost everything, you are at the 4th level, where pain comes upon you. And when you are in pain, then you realize your image and go on to the 5th level. When you realize how foolish it is to believe yourself, then finally, when you enter the 6th level, you receive the blessing. All people go through these levels. So when you look at a person's heart, you can see very precisely what step that person is at. People who do not have much experience in life are mostly at the first step. It is because they believe in themselves and they think that they are right. They believe that everything they do will go well, so they do not want to listen to other people. On the other hand, if they have done something wrong, even if they have fallen into gambling or drugs or game addiction, if they know the world of the heart precisely, then they can break free from it. That is why no matter who they are, they must learn the world of the heart.